Good evening, everyone, and welcome to your Wednesday virtual pub quiz with NYC Trivia League and Quiz Night America. My name is Meredith. I'm going to be your host this evening. Thank you all so much for joining us tonight. Let's get this game underway. Come on over and get signed up for this evening's quiz by coming to quiz.nyctrivialeague.com. Once you get to the website, you're going to notice we're looking for a few basic sign-up details from your team. That includes a team name, an email address, and then you're going to find a drop-down menu that asks you whether you are or are not a part of the league. Whatever your league status may be, we welcome you to participate in the game here tonight. Maybe you play this game from time to time for some fun. We welcome you. Maybe you're checking this out for the first time ever. Hi. If you play every week, welcome back. We are so happy to have you here once again. So come on over to quiz.nyctrivialeague.com. This evening, we're going to be playing 4 rounds of trivia. Our first 3 categories are going to be question and answer style rounds. And our fourth and final theme of the night is going to be a picture round. That means the majority of the quiz are those question and answer style categories. Here's how it's going to work. I ask you a question here out loud. As I say it out loud, it will pop up in text directly on your virtual answer sheet at quiz.nyctrivialeague.com, so you will be able to see the questions as I am asking them. Some of the questions may have multiple choice options, but you're going to find that the vast majority of the questions this evening are short answer in structure. It is your job to enter in the response that you believe to be correct, and then kindly click the button that says Submit Answers before your 20-second countdown timer expires. Yes, there is a countdown timer. That countdown timer can catch up on you, so just make sure you click Submit Answers in time. Let's say you enter in a response to a short answer question and you have a spelling error. Do not sweat it. I am able to make sure that you get the points that you deserve to get regardless of spelling. Of course, do your best to spell things correctly. And if you have any scoring discrepancies, let me know in the chat. I am here to make sure you get the points that you have earned. If you're just joining us, hi, welcome. I am Meredith. I will be your trivia host this evening. Get yourself signed up for the game tonight by coming to this website, quiz.nyctrivialeague.com. It is a fully interactive virtual answer sheet. Once you get there, enter in a team name, an email address, then let us know if you are or are not a part of the league. It's not too late to get signed up for the league. We do take the top 7 scores from the season and compare them against everyone else who is in the league. As it stands right now, 3 weeks into the quiz, 2 for the drinks, 2 for the snacks are leading the pack with 119 points total, with the rubber yolks rounding out the 10th spot there. Well done to those top 10 teams. Hopefully your team could join the mix next week. So get signed up for the league if you aren't already. Our fourth and final category of the night is going to be a picture round. That category is structured differently than our first 3 themes of the night. So I'm going to walk you through that one in detail when we get to that point of the quiz. We'll close out the game with a tiebreaker question, just in case we have any ties to break. And before we get into our first round tonight, I do have 2 simple rules that I ask that you all kindly abide by here tonight. Rule number 1, our most important rule: there's no cheating in trivia. Do not look the answers up. I know we are joined together via the internet, but don't use that to your advantage in the game. We want to know what you know. Play fairly. Rule number 2, please do not give away the answers in the chat. Feel free to keep that chat active. I love hearing from you all. Just refrain from giving away the answers. That's truly all we ask of you. And with that, this is your last opportunity to get signed up for the game before we dive into our first round of the evening. So come on over to quiz.nyctrivialeague.com. And you're going to be joining these 52 illustrious teams. From our first team to get signed up, we have Bloody Edgit. I don't know what that means. Maybe idiot. Yes, Bloody Idjit. Got it. Down to our most recent sign up, Gravy January. Welcome to those two teams and every team in between. Wishing you all great luck on tonight's quiz. Let's do it. Round one this evening is in the category of I'll grant you that. Grant being the key word in this round. Grant will pop up either in the question or the answer. Here is round one, question number one. What actor portrays the main Oompa Loompa in the 2023 musical movie Wonka? The Grant who plays an Oompa Loompa, or in the way he says it, an Oompa Loompa. It's Hugh Grant. Hugh Grant. A beautiful start to the quiz here tonight, everyone, with every single team who submitted getting the correct answer. We have a social. Well done. A good start to the night. Our second question. Ulysses S. Grant was 46 years old when elected as the President of the United States. He was the youngest person to hold the position until who was elected to the office? We've had quite a few presidents in their 40s. Barack Obama was 47 when initially elected. JFK was 43, but Teddy Roosevelt was 42 years old. Roosevelt, your correct answer for number two. And we go from having a social to having an incredibly difficult question with just 9% of you getting that one right. I am just like a DJ with all kinds of sound effects over here tonight. Our third question of the evening. What star of An Affair to Remember and His Girl Friday had the given name Archibald Alec Leach? I'll grant you that. Our theme here, star of An Affair to Remember and His Girl Friday, as well as North by Northwest, it's Cary Grant. Cary Grant, your correct response for number three. Question number four. Grant Hill was co-winner of the 1995 NBA Rookie of the Year award, a season in which he played for what NBA franchise, whom he would continue to play with through the year 2000? Grant Hill retired as part of the LA Clippers, also played for the Phoenix Suns, Orlando Magic, and started off as a member of the Detroit Pistons. The Pistons, your correct response for number 4. Question number 5. Beth Grant is an American actress who played the character Beverly Januszewski, a former nurse turned receptionist at the office of OBGYN Dr. Lahiri on what sitcom that ran from 2012 through 2017? Name that show. Beth Grant, super funny actress. She played Beverly Januszewski on The Mindy Project, is your correct answer for number 5. On to our 6th question in I'll Grant You That. Fill in the blank. Per the lyrics to a 1982 hit song by Eddie Grant, we gonna rock down to blank avenue and then we'll take it higher. Fill in. Your correct answer is Electric Avenue. Electric. Number 6. How'd you do? Most of you familiar with this song, 84% getting it right. Question number 7. Grant Imahara was an electrical engineer, roboticist, and one of the hosts of what Discovery Channel series, which used the scientific method to test out things like, can a person's eye pop out while sneezing with eyes open? Or are bulls really aggravated by the color red? Name that show. Because of the phrasing of the Roosevelt question, I am going to give points to people who put JFK just to make things fair for all here tonight, since the question said elected when in fact he assumed the office of the presidency, not elected initially, Roosevelt. So you're going to see some adjustments to your score. And thanks to the team who pointed out the little snafu there with the question. I appreciate that. Always good to have your feedback. Your correct answer here for number 7, that show is Mythbusters. Mythbusters. We've got a few more questions in round number one. Here is number 8. What artist is best known for their work American Gothic, depicting a farmer and his daughter standing with a pitchfork in front of a house? Often mistaken for being his wife, not his daughter, in that painting. Grant Wood created American Gothic. Grant Wood. 51% of you got that one correct. Two more questions in this round. Here's number 9. Lou Grant was a character portrayed by Ed Asner, who was a newspaper editor. The character had his own self-titled sitcom, which was a spin-off of what other series? Lou Grant, a spin-off of The Mary Tyler Moore Show is your correct response for number 9. And we are on to our final question of round number 1. Here it is, number 10. Richard E. Grant portrays Sir James Catton, the father of Jacob Elordi's character Felix and owner of the title English estate, in what 2023 movie? The title English estate is Saltburn. Saltburn, your correct response for number 10. You did pretty well on this last one with 74% of you getting it right. And if you tuned in last weekend to this series, you would have seen that Jacob Elordi was the host of our theme for this season. You have just been
It's Saturday Night Live.
SNL'd. It happened, everybody. We will SNL you once every single game in season 57 of this show. It happened. Jacob Elordi hosted the show. He did. Yeah. Check it out. There are clips all over the place. Okay, let's see how you did in round number 1. We've got 4 rounds left to go. As it stands right now, we've got a tie in 8th place with 9 points between J&J, Quizster, Beetlejuice Merkin, Esquire the Second, Jackash Incorporated, The Question Marks, Team 578, and Team 578. The Blue Shells, and pieced it together and tied for the lead with perfect 10 for 10s thus far. We've got Beer Naked Ladies, Avis and Bobo, the Quizlamic State, the Naughtiest Nando, We Drink and We Know Things 12 and 69, as well as Jive Turkeys. Great first round, everybody. Before we get into our second round, let's take a look at our upcoming schedule. I mentioned last week that the movie quiz was coming back. It was initially intended to be tonight, but there has been a change to the schedule. The movie quiz is actually coming back next week. 1 week from today, you can find the movie quiz at 9 o'clock Eastern time at play.themoviequiz.com. So that is the 31st of January. And it is going to be coming back for 6 weeks in a row, a mini season for you all. So that's exciting news, and it will culminate in an Oscars-related show right before the Academy Awards. And of course, we will return next week as well, so you can find us right before the movie quiz at 8 o'clock Eastern time at quiz.nyctrivialeague.com. Let's get into round number 2. This evening, round 2 is in the category of Can I Get an Amen? In this round, all of your correct answers will contain the letters A-M-E-N in that order, right there next to each other. Let's do it. Question 1. What Japanese noodle dish is served in a broth with typical toppings like pork, nori, menma, or scallions? Name that noodle dish. That amen can be found in ramen. And for the second time this game, every single team who submitted got that one right. We've got a social on our hands. Question number 2. Carmen Amaya from Spain has been called the most extraordinary personality of all time in what style of dance? Thus far, you all are quite familiar with your amen containing words. Almost every team knew that flamenco is the correct answer for number 2, though not a social. Question number 3. What is the name for the band of tough, elastic, connective tissue in the human body that connects bones to other bones? Bones connected to other bones via ligaments. Ligament, your correct answer for number 3. On to our 4th question in this Can I Get an Amen themed round. What is the name for the pollen-producing male organ of a flower that consists of an anther and a filament? That's another word with amen in it, filament. Name that part of the flower. The pistil is the female part of a plant, while the stamen is the male part. Stamen, your correct response for number 4. Question number 5. The House of Commons, the House of Lords, and the monarchy are the three central elements that make up what? House of Lords, House of Commons, the monarchy, all parts of the UK Parliament. Parliament. 91% of you got that right, which in fact is everyone who submitted. Our next question in this round, number 6. What feature on a Rolls Royce depicts a woman leaning forward with billowing fabric behind her that looks like wings? A figure called the Spirit of Ecstasy. Your correct answer for number 6, the Spirit of Ecstasy, is the hood ornament on a Rolls Royce. Hood ornament, your correct response for number 6. On to our 7th question in round number 2. Can I get an amen? Here's number 7. The Pentateuch, which corresponds to the Jewish Torah, represents the first 5 books of what biblical canon? The Pentateuch is also the Jewish Torah. Those first 5 books are part of the Old Testament. The Old Testament, your correct answer for number 7. Question number 8. The right of citizens of the United States to vote shall not be denied or abridged by the United States or by any state on account of sex. Those are the words written in what specific part of the U.S. Constitution? I repeat, you must be specific, meaning I'm looking for a number in your answer. The rights of citizens shall not be denied or abridged on account of sex was part of the 19th Amendment. 19th Amendment, your correct answer there. 52% of you got that one right. Lots of good guesses coming in. We got a couple more questions in this round. To the team who put Amendment 19th, yes, I will give that to you. Give me a second. Our next question here. Number 9. In a moment that is a passionate expression of sorrow, the musical Guys and Dolls features a song about how a person can develop a cold called Adelaide's Blank. That song from Guys and Dolls is called Adelaide's Lament. Lament is your correct response for number 9. One more question in round number 2. Here it is, number 10. Stemming from the Latin word for pleasant, what is the catch-all term for any household feature that provides comfort, convenience, or pleasure, like a jacuzzi or a washer and dryer? Those are known as amenities. Amenities, your correct answer for number 10. That brings us to the end of round number 2. I see in the chat book club looking for a point for amendment, 19th. I did award a point there, but maybe it didn't go through for some reason. Working on it again. Sit tight. Make sure you get your points. So as we go over our correct answers here, everything should be up to date. As it stands halfway through the game, we've got a tie in 6th place with 19 points between J and J. We Drink and We Know Things 12 and 69. Jackash Incorporated, Team 578, and Team 578. The Blue Shells pieced it together and tied for the lead with perfect scores thus far, 20 for 20. We've got Beer Naked Ladies, Avis and Bobo, the Quizlamic State, the Naughtiest Nando, and Jive Turkeys. Great game thus far, everybody. If you played with us the last couple of weeks, you know that we have introduced a brand new segment that we are calling
Getting to Know You, getting to know all about you.
This is a segment each week where you are put in the spotlight. We want to know more about our teams, our players. I have another couple in the wings of people who sent me some information about themselves to be spotlit here on the game. But I would love to hear from you as well. If you haven't reached out yet, maybe you were thinking about it, take a moment after the quiz this evening and put together the following items. Let me know what your team name is, what your name is, where are you playing from, what do you do for a living, what is your favorite trivia topic, a few fun facts about yourself, and of course, lastly, we want to see if you can stump the audience with your own trivia question. So I hope very much to hear from you. Reach out to me at that email address right there, meredith@nyctrivialeague.com. Let's check out our player spotlight for this week. Thank you so much to Eric of the Helsinki Syndrome for sending over some fun facts and a question about himself. Eric joining us from Brooklyn, works as an auditor. Eric's favorite trivia topics are sports, specifically baseball. Some fun facts about Eric. Eric appeared on an episode of Man vs. Food. If you want to check it out, it's season 5, episode 1. Eric owns a share of the 2020 Kentucky Derby and Breeders' Cup winner Authentic. And also, Eric has completed 3 marathons, New York City twice and Chicago once. Eric, thank you for sharing this fun facts. And here is our guest question of the evening. It's worth 0 points, but let's see if you know this question that Eric submitted. 3 baseball players have played for all 4 Major League Baseball teams that originated in New York City. We're talking Yankees, Mets, Dodgers, and Giants. We've got Jose Vizcaino and Ricky Leday, as well as this slugger. Name that other baseball player. Once again, for 0 points, but let's see if you know. Several teams coming in with a correct response. Definitely a tricky one, Eric. Thank you for submitting it. I very much appreciate it. And thank you for playing with us each week. Your correct answer here is Daryl Strawberry. Daryl Strawberry, 15% got that one right. Thank you for submitting, Eric, and can't wait to see who pops up in next week's game. Let's get into our third round of the evening, which this evening is all about For the Dogs. 10 questions relating to dogs. Here's round 3, question 1. Daisy is the name of the beagle whose death during a home invasion sets off a very violent sequence of events in what 2014 action movie and its 3 theatrical sequels? Daisy is the cutest little beagle puppy that you've ever seen. Star of John Wick. John Wick, your correct response for number 1. Question number 2. The popular animated children's show Bluey premiered in 2018 and originated in what country? Bluey and her family members are healers, a breed of herding dogs developed in this country. Bluey is from Australia. They are Australian healers. Our third question in this dog themed round. Here we go. The 2009 song Man of the Hour by What Don't Know Why singer and daughter of Ravi Shankar is not about a man at all, but about her dog, Ralph. That owner of Dog Ralph who sang Man of the Hour. It's Nora Jones. Nora Jones, your correct answer for number three. 72% of you got that one right. Here is our fourth question in this round. The most common mascot among Division I colleges and universities is the Bulldog. It is the team mascot of all but which of the following schools? If you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen that this one was my hint of the night. Follow me at Trivia Meredith. I give away a hint every single time we bring you a new quiz at Trivia Meredith. Your answer here is Grambling State University. Their mascot is a tiger. Our fifth question in this For All the Dogs round. Tenerife, Fuerteventura, and El Hierro are some of the islands that are part of what Spanish archipelago off the coast of Morocco, whose name is derived from Latin for Island of the Dogs? Island for the Island of the Dogs. Yes, sounds like a Wes Anderson movie. It is better known as the Canary Islands. Canary Islands, your correct answer for number five. Let's see how you did. 65% of you got it right. Here's number six. Author W. Bryce Cameron wrote the 2010 fiction novel A Dog's Purpose, along with its 2012 sequel entitled A Dog's What? It is called A Dog's Journey. A Dog's Journey is the sequel. Let's see how you did on number six. 35% of you got it right. On to our seventh question in this doggy round. What 20th president of the United States named his black Newfoundland dog Vito as a message to Congress that he might not sign all bills that Congress would pass? This president died within a year of his presidency as a result of an assassination attempt and a subsequent infection from his wound. In a round about dogs, we've got a president who makes me think of a cat. It is James A. Garfield. Garfield, your correct response for number 7. On to our 8th question in this round. Here we go. Harmless to humans, but harmful to dogs if they ingest it. Persin is a fungicidal toxin present in which of the following foods that veterinarians advise not to be fed to dogs? Is it pumpkin, avocado, strawberry, or mango? The fungicidal toxin persin, it's present mostly in the leaves of this plant, though it also can be in the fruit. So ask your veterinarian if you should feed your dog avocado. Avocado, your correct response for number 8. Question number 9. The Iditarod Trail Sled Dog Race is an annual race that starts in Anchorage, Alaska, and ends between 1 to 2 weeks later in what other Alaskan city of fewer than 4,000 people? The Iditarod goes from Anchorage and ends in the small Alaskan city of Nome. Nome is your correct response for number 9. That brings us to our final question of round number 3. Then we're moving on to our final round of the night, the picture round. I hear ya, Blue Crimson. It does start outside of Anchorage. We've talked about this before. It's more of an approximation, but Nome is certainly the correct answer there. Here's number 10. Canis Major is a constellation that contains what star? Known as the dog star, the brightest star in the night sky. The brightest star in the night sky, the dog star. It's not called Dante. It's been a minute since you've been on camera, Dante. Always taking naps. I always feel bad waking you up. It's not Dante, but rather Sirius is the dog star. Sirius, your correct response for number 10. And that does bring us to the end of this round. Let's check in with our standings as we head into our 4th and final theme of the night. We've got a tie right now in 4th place with 28 points between Avis and Bobo, the naughtiest Nando. We drink and we know things 12 and 69. Team 578, the Blue Shells, 2 for the drinks, 2 for the snacks, pieced it together. The Helsinki Syndrome, tied in 2nd place right now with 29 points, is Jack Ash Incorporated and the Jive Turkeys. And in the lead right now, the only team with a perfect score at the moment, 30 for 30, it's the Quizlamic State. Before we dive into our final round of the night, as you're likely aware, We do private events and we would absolutely love to work with you. You can reach out to me. I am our private events coordinator. There's my email address, meredith@nyctrivialeague.com. We'd love to put something together for you, whether it's for a work engagement or a personal gathering like a birthday party. We'd love to work with you. We can do things virtually or in person or a hybrid of the two. Can't wait to hear from you. Our final category, everyone. Here we go. The picture round tonight. We're talking all about fast food chain logos. In this roundy, we're going to see 10 images of fast food chain logos with the words erased, of course. It's your job to identify the fast food chain based on its logo. You'll see 10 images all next to each other with numbers next to them, 1 through 10. And underneath all 10 images, you'll find 10 numbered blanks. So please enter in the name of the food chain on the corresponding numbered blank. You've got 5 minutes to work on this round, everyone. Then we're going to go over the correct answers and move into the tiebreaker question. Here we go, folks. Name these food chains. Hi, everyone. We are about halfway through this here picture round. We're looking for the name of the chain restaurant. Some of them you may think of as fast food. Others you might be like, is that fast food? I don't know. But if you think you know what it is, go ahead and put that, and hopefully it is correct. And also, thank you so much to Trivia Man for pointing out in the chat that in that previous round, we were talking all about that cute little puppy in John Wick. And I forgot that you all have just been Keanu'd, bringing back an oldie and a goodie. You've been Keanu'd, everybody. Best of luck as you finish up the picture round. We'll see how you did momentarily. If you haven't done so already, now is an excellent time to click submit answers. We'll find out how you did in the picture round momentarily. I've got some answers for you all from the picture round here this evening. We're talking about fast food chain restaurants. Image number 1, that is the logo for 2 different chains. It's either Carl's Jr., which is what that one actually is, because you can see it's been erased. You can see the Junior there. But if you put Hardee's, we'll accept that because they do also use that star. They're the same brand in different regions. Number 2, this one also has 2 possible answers regionally. It's either Checkers or Rallies. Image number 3, that is the logo for Five Guys. Image number 4, everybody knew this one. We do, in fact, have another social on our hands. Well done. You all knew. It's Krispy Kreme donuts for number 4. Image number 5, that one is Panera. Pardon me. Nope. First, we've got Bob Evans. Bob Evans is your answer for number 5. I know, a little different than the others. Yeah, they give you food pretty quickly. Slightly different vibe, but you might also say that about number 6, which is Panera Bread. Panera. Image number 7, that's Domino's Pizza. Image number 8 is Jack in the Box. Number 9, that one is Steak and Shake. Steak and Shake. image number 10, our toughest one of the round with only 9 teams coming in with a correct response. That is the logo for Roy Rogers, definitely a regional fast food chain, as some of them tend to be. Roy Rogers, 15% of you got right. Bob Evans, also tricky with 44% of you getting it right. Others, Krispy Kreme, Panera, Domino's, you did great there. We do have one final question of the evening, our tiebreaker. As always, your tiebreaker question is going to have a number as an answer, and your goal as you place your response to that tiebreaker is to guess as closely as you can to the correct number. So that means you can guess over or under the number. In the event that you're part of a tie, whoever's closer is going to break that tie. Here it is, your tiebreaker. Give us your best guess. In what year was the American fast food chain Five Guys established in Arlington, Virginia? Five Guys Burgers and Fries, established in Arlington, Virginia in the year 1986. 1986, your correct response for number 1 in the tiebreaker section. If you ended up as part of a tie here this evening, whoever's closer is going to break that tie, and we will post the results of the tiebreakers over on our Instagram at NYC Trivia League. Reminder, everybody, next week we will be back for our next quiz. You can find us at 8 o'clock Eastern time on the final day of this month of January, the 31st. And following our quiz, head on over to play.themoviequiz.com for the return of the movie quiz at 9 o'clock Eastern time for a 6-week mini season. Hope to see you all at both of those games next week. Reminder, folks, please submit some getting to know yous. I want to learn more about you and your team. So reach out to me, Meredith at nyctrivialeague.com with some info about your group, and you might get highlighted next week. Let's head on over to the winner's circle to see what ended up happening at the end of tonight's quiz. Congratulations to our top teams, finishing up the game in a tie for 12th with 36 points. We have Gravy January, Beer Naked Ladies, Why Not Zoidberg, Zuzu's Petals, and Team 578, tied in 7th with 37. The Naughtiest Nando, We Drink and We Know Things, 69, Team 578. The Blue Shells and Pieced It Together, tied in 2nd place this evening with 38 points. Congratulations go to We Drink and We Know Things 12, Jackash Incorporated, Jive Turkeys, 2 for the drinks, 2 for the snacks, and the Helsinki Syndrome. And our big winners here this evening, only off by 1 point for a perfect score. It's the Quizlamic State. Congratulations to the Quizlamic State. Thank you all so much for being here. I have been Meredith from NYC Trivia League and Quiz Night America. Thank you to Peter for helping to put together tonight's quiz, as well as the rest of our writing team. Thank you to Cullen for making this possible, and thank you to Merv for creating the incredible software that you all played the quiz on tonight. We'll see you next week, everybody. In the meantime, be well. Happy quizzing out there. I appreciate it.